This week for your assignment, you will be exploring county GIS websites in central Pennsylvania. You will be creating a repository of their GIS websites as it pertains to the counties that are shown in this list. Your repository must contain the URL of each of the county's GIS websites, as well as the URL of any open data site that they might have, if applicable. And not every one of these counties has their own open data site, just so you know that. So to create this repository, you're going to be using the Map Gallery app in ArcGIS Online, and this is going to serve two different purposes. The first is that you will be creating a resource that will be valuable to you moving forward in this class and program, because you will have a nice, for lack of a better word, place to go for all your GIS county websites and associated resources. Additionally, you will learn how to use the Map Gallery app in ArcGIS Online so that you know how to use that app moving forward, whether it be in this course or another class, or even in your geospatial professional position that you might have. So let me show you how to use this app and how to create this repository. So what you would do is go to ArcGIS Online, log into hack.maps.arcgis.com with your credentials, and you want to first go to the groups option. You want to create a group, and this is where you are going to be putting all the URL links in so that your Map Gallery app can see it. But before we get started with creating that, I just want to show you an example of what this is going to look like, or something similar this is going to look like. This is a similar thing that I did to create an assignment hub for one of my classes, where each one of these cards has a thumbnail, a picture that's associated with the assignment, has the link to the assignment, and then a little summary of the assignment. With this eye here, you can even put a longer summary, which I chose not to do, but you could put that there too, so that when you hover over that, you get that longer description. And then when you click on this, it opens up the assignment. So again, to go to the process of creating one of these, we start in ArcGIS Online, and we go to our Groups tab. From here, we create a group where we are going to put all our URLs, or share all our URLs to. So I'm going to call this County GIS Websites. And then I'm just going to share this with people in our organization, but you can choose to share it with everyone. And I'm going to tag it. A tag is a keyword, and these must be entered for you to be able to continue. Once finished with that, click Create Group, and the group is created. So there you have that. So the next thing that we would want to do is to create our links and share it within our group. To do that, we go to the Content tab, and we then go to Add Item, and then from URL, select Document, and then paste in the URL of the particular website. And as you are doing this, the point of it is for you to be exploring these websites, so take some time to look around and see what data is available from each of these counties. For the title, make sure you change the URL to the actual title of the website, which is County Open Data. And then again, you have to tag it. Again, counties is good enough. And then Add Item. After you do that, it goes to the items details page, and this is where we share it to our group. So we click Share, and then click Edit Group Sharing, and then scroll down till we see County GIS Departments, and then share it with that, and then hit Save. Additionally, this is where we have to make some edits so that we have cards that have the description and have the thumbnail associated with it. So I've already downloaded some pictures to go along to be for each one of these thumbnails. But for your county, the one that I have is not that. Edit thumbnail, hit Browse, and then add your image. You can use this to kind of, make it bigger or smaller, however you want. Hit OK. You have your thumbnail. Now you can add a brief description of it. You can say what data is available at that particular website so that you remember for later, or any kind of description that is useful to you, but you must have some type of summary. And I'm just gonna put York County's open data site for this one, and then hit save. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go back to content and add my next URL by going back to add item, from URL, select document, select the next one, which is Lancaster County, and come back here and paste that in there. Call it Lancaster County GIS, again tag it, and then click add item, and share again, and then we share it to our county websites. Click OK and save, and then come up and edit our thumbnail. Again, I've already downloaded something for this, and I just saved them into a folder. And again, I can play with the slider and then add a brief description. This contains links to Lancaster's parcel viewer. And again, I'm just keeping it short for sake of demonstration. And then once we have that added and shared, we go back to content and just continue this process over and over again until we add all our sites. But I'm going to stop just with those two, pretending that we are done adding all the websites that we need. Once we're done adding them, sharing them, updating the thumbnail, and updating the summary, we then go to the create option here, and then go to create configurable app, and then we want to go to make a gallery. From here, we're going to select minimal gallery, and then select create web app. We're going to call this county GIS. We're going to tag it with just, again, good old counties, and then we're going to hit done. From here, this is going to open up an app that is configurable, meaning that you can make changes to it, and it's going to ask you to do a few very basic things. The first very major thing that it's going to ask you to do, and this is really the crux of things, is that you have to choose the group where all the content for this gallery is saved in, and that happens to be the county GIS website. So we hit select, and then it will pull in those things that we had put in there, and we put just those two links so you can see those there. And you can see that this looks a little bit different than what I showed you here, and that's just because of some of the selections I made when configuring the app that I will show you. First change that I would make is the title of this web app, essentially what's going to appear here, and I would call this County GIS websites and resources, or something similar. You don't have to be exactly like that, but just, along in that ballpark. And then if that would be linked to a URL, and obviously you don't want it to be going to a URL that has nothing to do with it, like arcgis.com. So in my case, I'm just going to remove a URL and not have it linked, but just have it titled instead. And I'm going to hit save so that change takes effect. Now that we're done with the general tab, we can go to the theme, and this is where you can change the way that your cards look and so forth. I'm going to first get rid of this little thing here by unchecking that. And when I hit save, notice that that goes away. And then you can play around with all of this, and I'm not going to go into this because you can play with colors and how they look and so forth. I'm not too worried about that. What I'm a little bit more interested in are the options, and just to show you what some of these things do. So you have a search option here. If you want to get rid of that, you just uncheck that and then hit save. So easy peasy. If you want certain things to look certain ways, you can do that here. For instance, I don't want the owner of this to be here. That's me. I don't really want that to show, so I'm going to uncheck that and hit save, and notice that that goes away. I also don't like that it says document link there. So I'm gonna get rid of that here where it says show item type label. I'm gonna uncheck that and hit save. And then, you can configure things, even more here, but I do encourage you to spend some time making configurations that make sense and make aesthetic sense, meaning that they look good and they look polished and professional, because that's the point of what we're doing here, is that we want to create resources and applications that are usable. Having certain things there at times is not appropriate, and making sure that you're spelling things out completely so that it makes good sense is really important. So once you're done making all the changes, you can close this, and then this will take you to, again, the item details page. You want to share this with at least the organization, if not everyone. I would encourage everyone, and then hit save. And then what you're going to notice is if you come down here, if you share with everyone, you're going to get a URL. If you copy that, and I'm just going to open this in an incognito browser, because an incognito browser is really useful in ArcGIS Online, because it will show if you shared things properly. If you didn't share it properly, you're going to get the sign-in screen. If you did share it properly, you will not get the sign-in screen. You'll actually see the app. So when I hit enter, I can see that my app is opening, and for whatever reason it's not showing my cards. I think it's just being a little persnickety, and I'll go back and check on that. I will go back and check on why that is happening. Oh, the reason why that's happening is because I didn't share my document links out with everyone. I have to make sure I share those out with everyone as well. So those links, you can just come here and update those for everyone. And now if I go back to my incognito browser and refresh, you'll see them there. So again, sorry for that little misstep there, but what happened is that when I added these, I forgot to share them to everyone so that they're able to be seen. So I hope that video helps you create this resource for yourself for the semester, and this is something that you can be using in other classes and so forth when you need to create kind of like a catalog of information that is neat and together. It really helps, keeps things organized. So let me know if you have any questions, and good luck on the assignment.